thread from tech bros to the press. I've seen rockets crash and burn while the fanboys shout success. I've watched the man buy everything to run it in the ground. I've seen AI writing fanfic that makes more sense than it sounds. I've met a broke investor and a poor man in a Tesla, but I've never met a nice South African. No, he's never met a nice South African, and that's not bloody surprising, man, cause they're repped by a wannabe fascist who misses apartheid. I once saw someone fact-check him and get stuck into a fight. I saw him launch a rocket that came back down just right. I know a businessman who pays his workers more than scraps. I even heard him say something adjacent to a fact. I've met a humble crypto bro in a self-driving car that goes, but I've never met a nice South African. No, he's never met a nice South African, and that's not bloody surprising, man, cause the big one's an emerald miner with a fragile ego. I've seen him make a tweet so cringe I logged off for a week. I've seen this man spend billions and still end up looking weak. I've watched a rocket reach the stars then turn into debris. I've seen more common sense inside a chatbot's memory. I've met a left-wing tech bro and a website for rating toast, but I've never met a nice South African. No, he's never met a nice South African, and that's not bloody surprising, man, cause this one's a grifting loudmouth who bangs their critics. I've seen a car that self-drives without setting folks aflame. I've met a guy with Asperger's who doesn't use it to shift blame. I know a space tech genius who can launch things into space without grifting all his fanboys just to buy another place. I've met a Musk defender, but then they changed their gender cause they never met a nice South African. No, we've never met a nice South African, and that's not bloody surprising, man, because we've never met one either except for Nelson Mandela, and he died. Yes, he was a nice South African, and he hardly ever swindled anyone, and he wasn't cringe at all, that's why they put him in prison.